Valentine's Day symbolizes love, romance, and affection. But that's the modern story of the event. For most of its existence, this time of year wasn't associated with love at all. Instead, it was associated with violence, obligation, and rituals. And what's interesting isn't that this special day was removed. Rather, it was completely altered to represent something else entirely. Valentine's Day wasn't softened over time. It was replaced. The story goes how everyone now knows it as. There was a martyr named Valentine, who was a Christian. He stood for love, and was against the prohibition on marriage for young adults. Over time, his name became synonymous with the 14th of February, a day celebrating romance. It's a comforting story, and mostly true. But this version is incomplete, because long ago, before Saint Valentine was associated with this day, the time of year already carried a significant ritual importance, just not the kind we prefer to remember. The story dates back to ancient Rome, where the middle of February was marked by a festival called Lupercalia. It's often described by people as a fertility festival, but this is just a guise to hide what it actually was for. Lupercalia was a state-sanctioned ritual. It was public, mandatory, and violent in its core. Animals were sacrificed. Lots of bloodshed was a natural outcome. Young men would even run through the city, striking women with whip-like weapons. This was a horrible act believed to enforce fertility and purification. It was far from a celebration. It was an obligatory ritual. Participation wasn't about faith or belief. It was about compliance to the system. The part everyone seems to brush over is the most important question. If Lupercalia was so incompatible with Christianity and Rome, so violent, so pagan, and so ritualistic, why wasn't it completely banned? Rome was notorious for banning things it disagreed with. Heresies were thwarted, many practices were condemned, and temples were destroyed. So why was this, of all of the ritual behaviors out there, left completely alone? The answer is difficult to deduce, because banning a ritual doesn't necessarily mean its influence is removed. Sometimes it's the opposite. Valentine's Day wasn't ever about love. Its dark origins leave an unpleasant feeling, showing us that not all that is good has a pure origin.